1-3-9-6-9-6.
The Dawn on iRadio.
Yes, a very good morning to you and welcome to another edition of the Dawn program on iRadio, your eye on South Sudan. Happy Matters Day. My name is Emmanuel Joseph Akile, together with my colleague Darlington Moses, who is behind the social media coverage. I'll be right here in the studio with you on the show from now up to 8 a.m. Well, thank you for starting your day with the Dawn program. It is on iRadio every weekday from 6 to 8 to comment on any story that will be featuring on today's edition of the Dawn. Do not hesitate. You can later on dial 0911 or 22-986-986 and that's a text message on 13-986-986. You can also stream this broadcast live by logging onto our website iRadio.org. Follow us on Facebook and X at iRadio Juba, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel iRadio South Sudan. صباح الخير مستمعي راديو، اهلا ومرحبا بك في حلقة جديد من برنامج الدون. الليلة يوم الأربعاء الموافق 30/7/2025. البرنامج بيجيك في يوم الأسبوع من الساعة 6 ل 8. شارك معنا بعدين بالاتصال لأرقامنا ورسالة نصية. تابعنا على الإنترنت على الموقع iRadio.org، على الفيسبوك وإكس على iRadio جوبا، وما تنسى تتابعنا على يوتيوب شانل iRadio ساوث سودان. نمشي لفاصل وطوالي حنبدأ ونتكلم في موضوع بتاع يوم عيد بتاع الشهداء على وحي الماتايس دي. الليلة ما حيكون عندنا ريزيدنس ريبورت.
فتش على راديو مثالي. آي راديو هو جوابك. ليه تختار آي راديو؟ في 5 الأسباب المغنادل.
الثقة والوصول. بيعتبر آي راديو المحطة الإذاعية الأكثر ثقة وشعبية في جنوب السودان، مدعومة بالاستطلاعات الأخيرة مع قاعدة مستمعين مخلصين. حتصل رسالتك إلى جمهور واسع بشكل فعال.
شبكة واسعة النطاق. آي راديو ليست مجرد محطة إذاعية، إنها شبكة من المحطات المترابطة. لم تكن شريك مع آي راديو. سنقوم ببث برنامجك عبر مواقع متعددة مثل واو، أويل، كواجوك، يامبيو، بور، رنگ، ملكال وباليت، وبيضمن أقصى قدرة من التغطية والتأثير.
التواجد الإقليمي. بتمتد بصمة آي راديو إلى ولاية غرب وشمال بحر الغزال، غرب والاستوائية الوسطى، جونغلي، أعالي النيل ووراب. من خلال التعاون مع آي راديو يمكنك التواصل مع المجتمعات المتنوعة والجماهير المستهدفة في المناطق ديل.
مشاركة المجتمع. الشراكة مع آي راديو بتعني التعامل مع مجتمعات على مستوى الشعبي. رسالتك حتوصل للمستمعين في مواقع مختلف، مما يعزز التفاعلات الهاتفة ويزيد الوعي بعلامة تجارية.
التغطية الشاملة مع محطات في مواقع استراتيجية زي الرنج، ملكال وباليت. بتوفر آي راديو تغطية شاملة بتصل إلى كل من المراكز الحضرية والمناطق الريفية. بتضمن شراكتك مع آي راديو الرؤية عبر منطقة جغرافية واسعة.
ما تفوت فرصة توسيع نطاق رسالتك باستخدام آي راديو. شارك أو أعلن معنا الليلة وخلي صوتك مسموع في جميع أنحاء جنوب السودان.
إنتكم في جنوب السودان.
Yes, indeed, your eye on South Sudan, and welcome back from the break. Well, South Sudan is today commemorating the death of the founding leader of the SPLA, Dr. John Garang Di Mabior. Dr. Garang died in a helicopter crash on his way from Uganda on this day back in 2005. The day is marked annually to also remember those who died during the years of Sudan's civil war. Radio. Now let's go back to 20 years from now and listen to Salva Kiir Mayardit, who announced the death of Dr. John Garang di Mabior.
South Sudan, and indeed the whole Sudan, has lost its beloved son, Dr. John Garang di Mabior, the first Vice President of the Republic of Sudan and the President of South Sudan, was on an official visit to Uganda during the period from 29th to 30th of July 2005, when the helicopter he was traveling in crashed near south of New Kush on his return last Saturday.
Right, and that was Salva Kiir Mayardit announcing the death of Dr. John Garang di Mabior on 30th July 2005. And in honor of the martyrs, the transitional constitution of the Republic of South Sudan mandates the government to support orphans, widows, disabled war veterans, and care for the dependents of deceased war heroes and heroines. Now, since the death of Dr. John Garang di Mabior, experts say everything virtually in South Sudan, including the economy and the oil revenue, appears rigged in favor of the few at the top. Developments have also been bogged down by renewed conflict since 2013. These conflicts have been attributed to power wrangles among the elites. Activists also say even during peace talks, the leaders do not negotiate on behalf of their constituents, but then rather strike transitional deals to preserve their power. So Martyrs' Day was proclaimed in 2011 by the government to remember and also honor those who dedicated and sacrificed their lives for the 21 years of civil war in the Sudan. There are no public events scheduled in capital Juba to mark the day. Such celebrations have often been cancelled due to what the government described as lack of funds. So yesterday we paid a visit to a veteran, veteran general who is Kwal Mayang Juk, senior presidential advisor and also the chair of the National Transitional Committee. We sat down with him to reflect on this day and also talk about the current status of the country. Let's listen to the first part of our conversation with Kwal Mayang.
We've been experiencing in some areas and at particular times, right away from 2006, President Salva signed, offered peace in Juba peace agreement that brought in the militia, the government of Sudan militia forces. These are South Sudanese. They were brought in, thinking that would end the war, because for the fear that if they were to continue fighting us, so the agreement was made and they came in. Others remain behind and continue fighting, and some people, they take up their guns fighting so that when the peace is made, when they benefit in terms of ranking, positions of government, and all this. Look, Emmanuel, what people, they go to the church or to the mosques, they pretend to be peace-loving people, but when they come out from the church, then they come and, or mosque, we come and kill ourselves and all this. There's business. If we wanted money, just people could give themselves time and to study where to get money and work. See the foreigners who are here from the neighboring countries, Uganda, Kenya, and Ethiopia, Eritrea, Sudan. Sudanese are here. They didn't come with money, but they decided to offer their services to us in return for money. So we hire them to do something for us. They go and bring goods from the neighboring countries to come and sell them. We buy from us. We are lazy to go and bring these goods from the neighboring countries. We have money, we go and bank the money in those countries instead of buying goods from there and bringing them here to the people. We don't do it. These are foreigners who are doing this. And see what happens. Like when there were crises earlier this year, when some of our people were killed in Medellin in Sudan, and there was an anger here in Juba expressed in sort of demonstration and attacking the businesses of these people, and they ran for security. They closed their shops. The following day, 2 days, now people were in a very bad need of the items in those shops. They had to go and plead for those people, plead for these people to come and open the shops, and they had to give us condition. We'll go if you will secure us. Imagine, so we give power. So what is it? Even myself as an advisor, if I'm removed today, what is wrong for me not to go and become a businessman? If I had money, I go and make some business. Who will challenge me? I don't want to beg. This is why I want to help myself. I do something for others to buy. That's good, honorable, better than sitting idle and then we ask the UN, give us food, or go to the government, now I'm sick, I need money. No. So, and I think, Emmanuel, it made me think that maybe what is there in Isaiah 14, the Bible, 18, that talks about Sudan is punished. God punished Sudan. Maybe what God has decided to do to punish us in a different way, anything that will make us suffer, will take our lives and make us to suffer, whether we kill ourselves, we fight ourselves, we die from malaria, and we would have been as many as the Chinese, but we have been dying in so many ways, including this fighting. This fighting did not start here, it started even among the communities long time ago. Even one community, you find them fighting themselves. It may be, will I be wrong to say it is the punishment in action? So God may be punishing us through ourselves. And this is why we condemn insecurity, but we encourage insecurity. We do wrong. We know that it is wrong, but we do it. Why? Once we know that it is wrong, then why do we do it? Then there must be a power behind it that makes us do it. But still there is hope. Since God said, one time you will gain strength, unity, and you will emerge as a strong people. It makes me live in a hope that even tomorrow, the situation may change tomorrow in the morning, where all of us, everybody will embrace peace, and will not even hear the sound of a gun, will not even hear anybody insulting another person. Anything can happen tomorrow morning. So it's unfortunate, but it's our country. What do we do? Do we run away? Is it a solution for us to run away? We go to the bush to go and fight, then we are adding fuel to the fire. Do we go to the neighboring countries? What do we go and do there? And the neighboring countries, it's better we sit and do everything, persevere and do what we can with patience, and we appeal to ourselves. I think, yes, we have mismanaged our affairs, but we have to come to our senses.
Right. General, especially on this issue of Martyrs' Day, why has the government been unable to officially commemorate the day? Not only Martyrs' Day, even Independence. This is what people have been talking about. Why has the government been unable to do that? And also, what would you say to widows and orphans whose parents, or let's say husbands or fathers died during the liberation struggle or contributed to the liberation of this country, but today they are suffering outside there? And I remember a few years back when you were the Minister of Defense, you also talked about when the situation improves, the government will ensure that they are being taken care of. So today, what would you tell them, General Kwal, and also the issue of the commemoration of the day?
Well, really, Emmanuel, when I was a Minister of Defense and Veterans Affairs, I had issued directives so that the martyrs, the martyrs are given some money at least for a period of 6 months given for their families. Until when we come out with a program. So we formed the martyrs department for the martyrs and wounded heroes, and a pension fund. And well, first of all, the martyrs, those who fell during the war, their number is not known. There are so many over a period of 30 years, 21 years. Their names are not even known. We used to record the martyrs before 1991, but when we were keeping them in our headquarters in Ethiopia. But when the crisis happened in Ethiopia, the government Mengistu fell and we were evicted, or we were forced to abandon Ethiopia. Many of the documents got destroyed. We lost them, but the war continued. Those who rebelled, the rebellion of 2013, those who died on both sides, they are never not known. But do we call them martyrs? Even the other people who say, yes, these are martyrs, the other person body also will say they are also martyrs. So the number is huge. You cannot even know them. Their records are not there. The widows, yes, also widows are very many. There are many, whether women or men, there are many. And you cannot know them. Some people will even, you ask people to record. They will even record even names of people who died from diseases. Everybody will get an opportunity to insert his person or her person in. So it will not be the only way we can take care of them. These are all our people, and we are God-loving people. We have humanity in us. There is humanity in us. Is to see the weak people who cannot even support themselves. First of all, schools. Let the schools be free education, so that the children of the martyrs, children of the people who cannot support, say all the children, to have education, they could go even up to the university. These are South Sudanese. The government is theirs, and they will have the same government tomorrow. So we invest in human resource, educate everybody. But of course we have not planned. I don't even understand why do we charge the parents to pay money. It's because the government is unable to to fund. They say it is a huge budget that the government cannot afford. I went to school, a boarding school in 1954, and that in Malakal, teachers training primary school in Malakal. It was a boarding school. We used to eat kisra, food, others was very good food. Boarding school, we used to be given dresses at that time. So is it difficult for the government to open schools? We can produce food, farm the land, and we get food for all the children in the school. Not to bring bread. A seed could be food. We have fish, we have cattle, we have chickens, we have vegetables, fruits. We can provide. So that these are children of South Sudan, and the government must take care of them. We don't leave it to the parents to do it. It should be, we don't differentiate children. These are all children. Among them, there are leaders, there are scientists, they are there. One of them will become tomorrow a leader, a minister, a president among them, if they are educated. So why don't we educate them? I think this is there's something wrong with individualism, and people do not care. It's up to them. I'm teaching my child and all this. This is a mistake that we should have corrected. Otherwise, why did those people die when fighting for this country? They died in order to bring the rights of all the people of South Sudan. So we failed to do that. We could not. We don't have the money to take care of the widows and the families of the martyrs. It's something that has defeated us. But it can be done if people sit and address it right away, even from the parliament or political parties. They sit and they say, we solve this problem. It is solvable. But we are people who are very individualistic. I don't care about that and that. See the people who are begging, who are sick along the road here. You just bypass them and don't see anything. And they are suffering. Medication. These are things. If we can't do it, then what is the work of the government? What is the work of the government? So the system of governance we have acquired, where a person don't care about others. I care about myself. I want to live in a castle, a house, and all this. And this is money from these people. If we were not to be independent, we wouldn't get this money. So there's something wrong, which I cannot say. There's no policy. We have very good policy, but we tend to say the NGOs to bring materials to open schools and all. There are nothing called Emmanuel NGO. These NGOs, they belong to the governments that fund them. See, when President Trump decided to cut back the money for the NGOs, where are they now? It's an indication these are government bodies being sent to go and give support to the countries so that they support America or that country. These are government organizations being called, we come and call them non-governmental organizations. It's not correct. So why will those countries pay money for our people to be served? Where is the logic in it? So there must be there's something behind it. It's not only humanity. Otherwise, in their own countries, they are not doing it. See, so I feel sorry about what we're unable to meet the needs of our people.
نعم، ده الجزء الأول. هناك بنعمل بوست للقاء بتاعنا الحصري مع الدكتور مع الجنرال كول مانيانغ جوك، وده طبعا في النظرة أو في اللقاء الحصري في موضوع بتاع عيد الشهداء الليلة. نمشي لعناوين الأخبار ومنه حنين واصل.
This is iRadio.
The iRadio.
Your eye on South Sudan.
Right, it's time for news headlines. Lasuba Moimos right here with me. Good morning, Lasuba. Happy Mother's Day. And what do you have today for us?
Good morning and happy Mother's Day to you as well. Well, the medical charity MSF has said a Ministry of Health staff member who was abducted from its ambulance in Morobo County of Central Equatorial State on Friday has been released. Lawmakers expressed concerns over rising insecurity in various regions of South Sudan, including the capital, Juba. And 91-year-old Ivory Coast President Alassane Ouattara has announced he will run for a fourth term in October's elections.
Right.
This and many more.
Thank you, Lasuba. نوين الأخبار حنلقى التفاصيل في الساعة 7 من الآن.
This is iRadio, your eye on South Sudan.
ونواصل ونسمع في اللقاء الحصري عن يوم بتاع عيد الشهداء مع كول مانيان جوك.
Martyrs, I mean the widows and the orphans were unable to meet their needs. I'm sorry, I have no answer for it.
Right. So, where has the government been unable to officially commemorate this day?
The commemoration, we have again a habit where we call people and provide them with water and sweets and all this. And our economic situation is bad. We cannot afford this. In other countries, they celebrate it, and people go with their water, and they play and all this. So I think that is spirit we have failed. There's no is it laziness or what I cannot even say it because who is the government? Is us in the position of in the executive who decide what to do. But Emmanuel, I know in some countries it is not celebrated, but people, families, they can sit, light the candle, and they celebrate where they are, remembering the martyrs. And then the president, head of the state, will give a message, and that's why they declare the 30th to be a day of happiness. We call it holiday, a day of no work, so that people can relax and they celebrate.
Remember their loved ones.
Remember their and all this. Is something really that government does not order people to be happy. People to know that that is of July is a day where we remember our martyrs who died for us, and let us celebrate. Some people go for executions.
ده هناك الجزء الأول من كول مانيان جوك، واحد من القادة في زمن بتاع الستراجل بتاع جنوب السودان من أجل الحرية بتاع الشعب، وهو حاليا سينيور بريسيدنشال ادفايزر وكمان المسؤول بتاع ناشونال ترانزيشنال كوميتي. سمعنا النقاط اللي هو طرق فيهم هناك عن استقلال بتاع جنوب السودان وعن الأوضاع في البلاد حاليا. وجبنا ل 25 دقيقة لرأس الساعة، نمشي لفاصل إعلاني ومنه حنجي نسمع الجزء الثاني.
In the skies above South Sudan, trust begins on the ground.
At South Sudan Civil Aviation Authority, we don't just manage aviation, we uphold your right to safe, secure, and sustainable air travel. Every flight path is guided by international standards. Every airport protected with enhanced security. Every decision made with future generations in mind. From air traffic control to passenger safety, South Sudan Civil Aviation Authority is investing in systems, people, and policies that guarantee quality service delivery. We are not just overseeing aviation, we are building a reliable, transparent, and resilient airspace for all. Because you deserve to fly with confidence, you deserve to land with peace of mind. South Sudan Civil Aviation Authority. Safe, secure, sustainable. For more information, visit our website at www.sscaa.gov.ss or reach us on support@sscaa.gov.ss.
Are you tired of the long queues while transferring money? Well, MTN Momo International Money Transfer is finally here. You can now send and receive money to Uganda or Kenya, or receive money from the rest of the world. Experience financial freedom and easy life with Momo. To access the service, dial *200 *1 *3#.
مرحبا بك مرة ثانية مستمع راديو في كل مكان. لسه بتسمع للبث المباشر لبرنامج الدون، وده طبعا يوم خاص ويوم بتاع الشهداء، اليوم اللي هو العطلة العامة للذكرى بتاع الوفاة الراحل والمقيم الدكتور جون غرانغدي مابيور في اليوم ده، لعودته من يوغندا لجنوب السودان بهليكوبتر اللي كان وقع. وهناك طبعا اليوم ده تم كتاريخ ده بيكون انه ده يوم بتاع كل الناس اللي هم شهداء من اجل حرية بتاع شعب جنوب السودان. نمشي ونسمع للجزء الثاني من كول مانيان جوك.
What do we think about those people? This independence we're enjoying now is because of the people who gave their lives. They gave their lives in return for the independence of South Sudan. They had a vision. Dr. John had a vision for which he was fighting, and he was leading the movement with his colleagues. And the vision is for us to, after liberation, then we work for the overall welfare of the people of South Sudan, where they would enjoy human rights, democracy, good health, human development, and the building of the country, so that our country become like other countries. Now we go to Kenya and to Uganda. Whenever there is a leave, we go and enjoy there. Uganda and Kenya and Dubai were made by people. They built when they became independent, then they started building their country. These are some of the things we should do. We built our country to become like those countries, and if we do it, then we have already answered the reason why our people martyred in the battlefield, because they were not fighting so that they enjoy. Otherwise, they would have not joined the armed struggle. But they took up the arms, they fought, so that if they win the war, liberate the country, then they make their people to enjoy their life. That was the purpose, and that was the vision in general. What do? It's not only to praise them. Some of they are not known. I don't know most of them, but the spirit with which that made them join the armed struggle, ready to go and die, it has to be very much commended. But do they benefit from it? It's ours to know, to say yes, This country, in order to be independent, it took many lives. So let us develop our country. Let us make peace so that we live in peace. We unite our ranks. And unity is very important. When people are united, then they can do something one person cannot do. The government does not employ everybody. There's a lot to be done. In the private sector, the government is on to provide security. And we have the knowledge we have gained in the schools. We are educated, and we know the education, we can use it so that we survive, but not to wrangle over the positions in the government and all these. So fighting ourselves doesn't honor the people who died and for the independence of South Sudan.
Right.
So this is, Emmanuel, this is what I can say about this.
Right. Thank you very much. General Cole, briefly, since you talked about the current situation in the country, the people of South Sudan continue to express frustration over the current situation, complaining about insecurity in some parts of the country, complaining about the deteriorating economic situation in the country. It is very hard now for families to put food on the table for their loved ones. And immediately after, or 2 years after independence, 2013, South Sudan descended into civil war, renewed again in 2016. This is not what the martyrs envisioned. This is not what they thought South Sudan would reach. So how best can we come out of this situation, General Cole? Someone who has been in the liberation, who has been the government, witnessing what you have not envisioned that we will actually today reach to where we are right now. How best can we get out of this?
Well, thank you, Emmanuel. Even myself, I get astonished. When we were still under Sudan government, the people of South Sudan used to love themselves and were referred to as Akhwana Junubiyin. We used to act as one people. And this is why even the northern Sudanese were a bit afraid of the South. Once we become independent, they will bypass us in development. We were actually hard-working people. The corruption was not there, and the people of the north, they used to think that these people of the south are very honest. And if they get their independence, they will bypass us. When we became independent, then we behave in a way, even myself, I wonder what happened. We had wealth. We came and got the oil money. And even without oil money, we thought when we started to struggle for independence, we didn't know that there was oil. Example, 1955, 54, down up to 74, 5, well, 76, when the oil was discovered. But we had wanted to be independent, and we knew once we become independent, then we were going to create wealth out of the resources that we have, agriculture in particular. And the talents that we had in all fields. But the vision of Dr. John and the plan of Dr. John was that once we become independent, then we use the oil money to fuel agriculture.
Yes.
Because he knew very well oil can finish. And if we sit there and we depend on oil and we take the oil, one time oil can dry out. Can finish, and then what do we do next? So it's better agriculture is there forever, will last, and if we take care of the soil, we don't degrade the soil, then this soil will maintain us throughout. So this is why he said we use the oil money to fuel agriculture. What does it mean? Get the money, buy tractors, so that we cultivate, take a hoe, this small hoe away from the hands of people, and give them the machines, machinery.
Mechanized farming.
Mechanized farming. Irrigation. See, we don't depend on the rain. We have the water in the river, and we have also water underground in addition to rain. So we farm throughout the year. Then we become food sufficient, and we even agricultural well off. We can even export agricultural products. We process them to add the value and export them worldwide. We'll be by now even donating food to other community people in other parts of the world. So we missed that point. We thought egoism and self-interest from some individuals that really did not know why even we fought the war for independence. They thought of themselves only. So there was misuse of management of the funds. That resulted into corruption, and our president has been talking from time to time about corruption, but we have not been able to control corruption. For what I don't know why all of us we talk against corruption, but we are unable to control it. So corruption, irresponsible. And the money was taken wrongfully or rightfully misused. Some of us, we understand, some have taken a lot of this money to other countries to go and bank them in those countries to go and build houses and buy houses in the neighboring countries and beyond. I think that those people, they didn't know there's a diseases in them. So, and then we continue fighting. It was not one ethnic group that fought this war. And we identified ourselves as South Sudanese, one people. But the manner with which we behave brought insecurity to our country. We have been fighting a war that had no meaning. And when there is war, then there is instability. And development cannot take place even. Even those who would come to invest, foreigners who would come with their money to invest, they will not come.
نعم، ده كان هناك الجزء الثاني من كول مانيانج جوك، لقاء الحصري اللي عملناه في منزل بتاعه امبارح، وده طبعا في النظر عن الماضي بتاع جنوب السودان والحاضر والمستقبل من الناحية بتاعة الأمن، ناحية بتاع الاقتصاد، ناحية بتاع التنمية وتوفير الخدمات لشعب بتاع جنوب السودان، لأنه ده كان رؤية بتاع الدكتور جون غرانغ دي مابيور، وده كان الأهداف بتاع الحركة الشعبية في جنوب السودان. ده التغطية الخاصة ليوم بتاع الشهداء على وهي ماتا ستي، وده الوقت اللي فيه نرفع المكالمات بكل اختصار لرسالة بتاعك. اتذكر انه الفول انترفيو حيكون لايف في فيسبوك بيج بتاع اي راديو في خلال اليوم، وكمان في اليوتيوب. اي راديو. تفضل سليمان. نعم تفضل. الو سليمان، توقفناك في الخط. اي راديو. الو راديو. نعم رجع تاني واتصل علينا. حلو راديو.
إيمانويل صباح الخير. صباح الخير.
صباح النور استاذ مجيب، تفضل.
بنقول طبعا ده يوم مهم، ذكر بتاع الشهداء. نقول لشهدائنا لأبنائهم الحيين إنه لولا موت أبوهاتكم وأمهاتكم بلد ما كان طلع. إيمانويل طبعا حوارك مع بتران بجمعان في سكول طبعا حوار طويل، لكن أنا شفت إنه عمنا كل بس متعصب لأن الوضع الحالي ده ما يعوق عن التمنيات بتاعهم. الحاجة الكويس إنه يعني هو طبعا هو شايل عيان، وأنتم قاعد تجيبوا كزول يعني من المعارفين بتاعت الحركة. هل الرؤية إذا كان تجد في الاستوديو كان كويس، لأنه في أصل المفروض كان توجه له مباشر. لأن هذا الرؤية كانت الرؤية بتاع دكتور جون الرؤية كانت ما حقهم يعني غادا للمناضلين لأنه إذا كان الرؤية هم إذا كانوا هم متوحدين في رؤية الأحداث بتاع الرؤية ده المفروض تنزل في أرض الواقع لأنه يعني نصهم لسه حيين يعني ما ماتوا فيعني عشان بنلقى طوال الكلام بنلقى إنه الرؤية بتاعت الجرجان الرؤية بتاعت الجرجان وفي نفس الوقت هم حتى يعوا في حرم السلطة ونظر كان ذاته في المركز القيادي بتاع الحرم ذكر نقاط الحاج كويس ذكر هو قاعد ما يمشي في شارع ويشوف عيال في شارع هو قاعد يشوف عيال في شارع عيال الجاهلين كويس وهو موجود قاعد بايد بتاع الرئيس أنا ما أعرف قاعد يقول في الرئيس والرئيس قاعد كان يهوزل من الاثنين في تسوس بتاع الحركة مع جون طوال مع دكتور جون فالحاجة الثانية هسه وكان ما في ميزانية خلاص وجاء مثلا يعني في دول ثانية ذاتهم وكل دول بيجيب مويه في البيت بس خليه يعني قبل الجنوبيين يعطونا خليه اللي يجيبوا لهم مويه كريستال في بيته هل الجنوبيين بيجوا ولا ما بيجوا بس ورينا فيها وين بنجيب لنا مويه في البيوت في البحر بنجيب مويه بتاعنا كل دول بيجي بكريستال ويجي يسمع خطاب بعدين نسمع تعريف ونقدر نشوف ذات المنازل البدوي بتاعنا الحيين كويس بعدين نشوف ونسمع يعني كلام بس ما يكون في الرعاية الحاجة يعني حاجة الأخير إيمانويل أي زبط بتجيب في الاستديو لما يكون في قصور في وقتين هو ده بيكون جزء من البرنامج أو جزء من النظام بقول في كم انديفيدوال أنت بتجيب زول كان هذا بقول في كم انديفيدوال يعني زي ما طلع نفسه برا من الكارثة اللي قاعد في جنوب السودان ده الوضع الموجود ده يكون محسوب عليهم الناس الحيين بدل المحاربين الحيين الماسكين بالسلطة جنود في راسهم الجو بتاع جنود في راسهم عدم مدارس في راسهم عدم شوارع في راسهم الوضع المدهور ولا أمراض الدكتور الناس بالسيفيان الماني ولا ليه ما في كله في راسهم لأن الجروب بتاع البلد هم عارفين بيقولوا قاعدين شكرا جزيلا
شكرا لك ده تعليق بتاعه اي راديو Good morning David Magog welcome
My brother, when we talk about the issue of Martyrs Day, it is connected with the liberation. These are the people who have really sacrificed themselves to die for the rights of South Sudanese. And our question is their vision being guided? Is it being implemented? Is this vision and the mission that they sacrificed themselves for, is it now existing? Because the reason why South Sudanese were fighting for 21 years is for the children and the women to be free in their own country. By now, those who have died after independence become more than those who have died during the liberation time. Number two, when people talk about the martyrs, we are requesting the current government now, why the history is not balanced. If you can go to the history back, we have president or the government now currently have made the money, the university, the museum with the name of Dr. Garang. But in the history, we have a Liguadala in Western Equatoria or Greater Equatoria. We have William Nyon in Upper Nile. We have Carbino who have started fighting. We have a Gugum who are leading the women, plus the rest. Why the history is not balanced? We have William Bengal who was even the beginning of the history, but current government did not even balance the history. We have Kalman Moro. We don't know exactly what the current government is doing. And the history is supposed to be balanced for all those who are fighting for the right of South Sudanese. Where is something now being constructed with the name of such people? When we come to another thing, the women of those who have died, their children now plus the women are being just left like that without even something done for them. But the government would have been form a company or a certain NGO that can support them. They are supposed to be given their houses instead of loitering like that, and their husbands have died for the sake of the people of South Sudan. Currently now, they don't have even a plot. If you can go to the army, those who are still carrying guns for 21 years until today, some of them, they don't have houses. And then we learned they were fighting for. Or does it mean that you can fight and die without a child, without a woman, without a house, a certain plot? then what is the meaning of the liberation? Government should have to think into this. When we come to the conclusion of the Martyrs' Day, it is for all of them. And all of them are supposed to be made as the important people who have really suffered or sacrificed themselves for the sake of the people of South Sudan to live right. When we come to veterans now, people like Kwal, people like Winakut, like Waniga, they are supposed then to have a White House being constructed by the government of South Sudan at their office, so that any time the president needs consultation, he can even visit them in that office and even ask them about the history of liberation, how the South Sudan should be dried, what will be the solution of all the problems in the country. But they are just left as if they were fighting for themselves alone, and it was the right for the South Sudanese. Government should have to stick to these people, otherwise it can even peer others, not even include themselves in the history, because they are not being considered. Our request to the government currently, they should have to look back according to history, the mission and the vision of the South Sudanese, even the citizens who were making logistics, who feed them for a number of 21 years, to give them food. The government should think of this. Thank you.
All right, thank you. رسالة من ديفيد ماغوغلي الحكومة. اي راديو؟
Hello.
Yes.
Emmanuel.
معنا منو؟
بيتر من يكرن.
تفضل طوالي.
أنا هبدأ كده. دوما دائما الثورة لو قامت الناس الحكماء يفكروا فيه وهم بيكونوا القادة بتاعتهم ثوار دائما هم أذكياء. لو أنت شفت جون جيرين، لو أنت شفت مانديلا، لو أنت شفت مهاتما غاندي، كلهم أذكياء وشطار. الناس اللي بينفذوا الخطة بتاعتهم بتاعت الثورة هم دائما أبطال أقوياء وثوار بيقدموا نفوسهم يا إيمانويل برخيص بدون مقابل. المشكلة بتبدأ وين؟ لما الثورة نجاح الانتحازيين والدخلاء واللصوص اللي بيسرقوا ثورة بتاعت الآخرين كان دخلوا في السيستم. الثورة ده يكون تاريخ يذكروه، لكن هم ما بينفذوا الشيء اللي هم كتبوها في الأوراق، كتبوها بالدم بتاعتهم يا إيمانويل، يسموه مانيفستو بتاعت الثورة، ما بتتنفذ. ليه؟ الدخلاء والجهلاء والانتحازيين بيدخلوا بيقوم بياكلوا الثورة وبيسرقوا الثورة. ده هو حالتنا يا إيمانويل، والشهداء بتاعتنا بتكون مجهولين، ما معروفين، ما بيذكروهم ولا للحظة بيذكروهم. فهم بيشيلوا الثورة في صدورهم عن احنا بجرد الدم جبناه، لكن الجاب دولة ده منه الناس تحت التراب. 200 هنا بنذكرهم 200 عيالهم بيجوا متشردين في الشوارع، نساوينهم أرملات تايحات في الشوارع، يمشي ينقلوا حطب عشان يعيشوا بهم أطفالهم أبوهاتهم ماتوا من أجل التراب ده مشكلتنا في جنوب السودان يا أخويا إيمانويل. الثورة اتسرق، المنافس اتأكل، خلاص بقينا تايهين مجهولين، يعني هنا في حفرة في نفق ما قادرين نطلع منه. وشكرا جزيلا.
Alright, شكرا لرسالتك بيتر. راديو. هلو راديو. Alright, فقدناك في الخط. نرفع مكالمة ثانية واحد بكل اختصار. راديو. هلو راديو. أنا منو؟
معك
دينك ساندو بكل اختصار، تفضل.
هذا والله يا أخي الليلة يوم جميل جدا، ونحيي فيه الشهداء بتاعنا، وطن شعب من أجلنا ونحن عايشين ليلة، ونقول للأبناء بتاع الشهداء والمساوير بتاع الشهداء كله ما تفرضوا العمل. لو ما أنتم لو ما موت بتاع الرجال بتاعكم وأبناء بتاعكم ما بكون في دولة جنوب السودان، عشان كده أنتم بعد تزيد علينا.
Alright, شكرا لك دينغ سانتو، رسالتك واصل. وده كده بيجيبنا للزمن بتاع الأخبار باللغة الإنجليزية مع الزميل سوبا ميمو.
Live from Juba, on air and online.
This is iRadio News.
Hello, good morning. This is iRadio News. First, here are the headlines. The Army spokesperson says the SSPDF Chief of Defense Forces and his Ugandan counterpart have agreed to de-escalate tension along the Kajukeji County border. The medical charity MSF has said a Ministry of Health staff member who was abducted from its ambulance in Morobo County of Central Equatorial State on Friday has been released. And the lawmakers expressed concerns over rising insecurity in various regions of South Sudan, including the capital, Juba. These are stories and more coming to you in this news bulletin with me, Lasuba Memo, and now the news in detail. The Army spokesperson says the SSPDF Chief of Defense Forces and his Ugandan counterpart have agreed to de-escalate tension along the Kajukeji County border. The move comes after SSPDF and UPDF forces exchanged fire in Kangapo, Payam of Kajukeji County on Monday, resulting in casualties on both sides. In a press release by Major General Lulrai Kong, the clashes that took place on Monday, July 28, 2020, resulted into casualties on both sides, though it did not specify the number. According to Major General Lulrai Kong, the SSPDF Chief of Defense Forces and General Dao Aturjang contacted his Ugandan counterpart following the incident. He said the two army leaders agreed to an immediate cessation of hostilities and to form a joint investigation committee to ascertain the circumstances that led to the military confrontation. Although the statement didn't state the reason for the confrontation, General Lul said that the established Joint Technical Border Committee will continue with their work aimed at finding peaceful solutions to recurrent border-related disputes. According to the Kajukeji County Commissioner, the attack was a result of a border dispute. As a result, thousands of civilians have been displaced and several others feared dead following an alleged attack by the Ugandan People's Defense Forces in Kangapo 2 Payam on Monday. The medical charity MSF has said a Ministry of Health staff member who was abducted from its ambulance in Morobo County of Central Equatorial State on Friday has been released. MSF stated that the incident occurred at approximately 10 a.m. on July 25, 2025. According to MSF, the staff member was accompanying patients who had been referred for advanced medical care in Yei and were returning to Morobo after their discharge. It said that during the journey, armed individuals intercepted the ambulance, forced the Ministry of Health staff member to leave the vehicle and abducted her. The MSF driver, other staff and patients were allowed to continue. Dr. Ferdinand Ate, MSF's head of mission in South Sudan, said, and I quote, "What we are witnessing is a disturbing and unacceptable trend where the impartial provision of healthcare services faces indiscriminate attacks. This incident is not just an attack on one individual, it is a direct assault on the healthcare system meant to serve the most vulnerable in our communities," end quote. Although the staff member was released unharmed on 26 July, MSF strongly condemned the incident, saying this further highlights the growing violence against healthcare workers in South Sudan. Lawmakers expressed concerns over rising insecurity in various regions of South Sudan, including the capital, Juba. Peter Lumodi Francis spoke on Monday in the National Parliament. Lumodi says that the Nasir conflict has spilled over to Morobo County and other parts of the country. He called on the National Legislative Assembly to take urgent steps toward promoting dialogue as a means of resolving the current crisis. The lawmakers said the parliament has a key role in promoting engagement among national leaders to achieve lasting peace and stability throughout the country. According to experts, insecurity in the country remains a major concern, and it reflects ongoing challenges the country faces in stabilizing its security environment. This is iRadio Morning News, and now to the international scene. Ivory Coast President Alassane Ouattara has announced he will run for a fourth term in October's election. In a statement, the 83-year-old said his health was not an issue and his candidacy was driven by a need to preserve national stability amid ongoing security and economic challenges. Ouattara argues a new constitution approved in 2016 reset his two-term limit, meaning he is allowed to stand. He will be the polls front-runner as several potential challengers have already been barred from the race. The UK Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer has said the UK will recognize a Palestinian state in September unless Israel takes a substantive steps to end the appalling situation in Gaza. The Prime Minister said Israel must also meet other conditions, including agreeing to a ceasefire, committing to a long-term sustainable peace that delivers a two-state solution, and allowing the United Nations to restart the supply of aid, or the UK would take the step at September's UN General Assembly. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said the move rewards Hamas' monstrous terrorism. The UK government has previously said recognition should come at a point when it can have maximum impact as part of a peace process. This is our Radio Morning News, and to end this bulletin is a recap of the headlines. The Army spokesperson says the SSPDF Chief of Defense Forces and his Ugandan counterpart have agreed to de-escalate tension along the Kajukeji County border. The medical charity MSF has said a Ministry of Health staff member was abducted from its ambulance in Morobo County of Central Equatorial State on Friday has been released. And the lawmakers expressed concerns over rising insecurity in various regions of South Sudan, including the capital, Juba. That's the end of iRadio Morning News. If there is a story or an event you'd like iRadio to cover or report about, please send us a text message at +2 925 287 It's also our WhatsApp number. Follow us on X at iRadio Juba, like our Facebook page iRadio, subscribe to our YouTube channel at iRadio South Sudan. You can also visit our website and listen to us online at www.iradio.org. Stay tuned for the news in Arabic at 8 o'clock. I'm the Suba Memo. Thanks for listening. Happy holiday.